Welcome to episode 2 of the Billable Mile. Decided to check in with my second week here. Monday started out as a nice recovery run, 6 miles. Monday after work, came home and I did not feel super good. I think I had a little bit of a head cold, and as I went to bed that night, it was pretty apparent that I was not going to be able to run well or do my hard workout the next day. So I did bail on my heels, which I felt really bad about. But I did sleep in, and I felt really good about that. So I got a good 8 hours of sleep, had a great Tuesday, and then I got back after it on Wednesday. I had to remind myself that missing one day was not going to be a problem, but if I didn't take it easy and relax a little bit, I had to miss more days, that would become a bigger problem. So I jumped back into a Wednesday with a nice recovery run, and I also found a really cool recipe on ChatGPT for these protein rice bowls. It was super yummy, super easy to make. Felt like it really helped me run better the next day. I really tried to prioritize getting the right fuel in. Thursday was my third recovery run of the week. It went really well. I felt like the nutrition was going very well also. And I was also trying to make a conscious effort to get sleep in, get at least 6 hours of sleep, and I feel like that's making a big difference in my training. Friday, I did my threshold run for the week, and I did 6 miles, 1 up, 1 down, with about a 4-mile tempo at about half marathon pace. And that went really well. The only problem there was I ran past these bushes, and I was really scared the whole time because I heard somebody talking out in the bushes, and at 4:30 in the morning, that's pretty terrifying. So I'm gonna make sure I'm running on the other side of the road because I don't want someone to jump out at me. Saturday was a run on the beach, and I will just preface this by saying that we were camping, like I mentioned in last week's episode, and we had a really fun night before with our friends, sitting around the fire. We watched a little bit of The Bachelor. We had a great time with the kiddos. I realized the next morning that I forgot my shoes, and so it was going to be a run on the beach barefoot or no run at all. Looking back on it, the correct choice for a multitude of reasons would have been just to skip that morning. We did a run anyways, and it was very difficult without shoes. My calves are very sore today. I definitely see why. I think the lore was that the guy who broke the 4-minute mile barrier, he trained in the sand, and I can now see why if you trained on the sand you would be tough enough to run a sub 4-minute mile, because that was really hard. So that took me almost 2 hours to run 10 miles, but I did pick up a course record there, so that was pretty sweet. Overall, I missed my mileage on Tuesday because I was sick. Had some great recovery runs, great threshold run on Friday, got most of the miles for the week. Before turning to next week, I just want to preface my thoughts by talking about what I've been thinking about for training lately. So as I've been reading about different running philosophies and trying to figure out better what is going to enable me to break the 3-hour mark for a marathon, and eventually hopefully get below 250 so I can qualify for Boston. The philosophy that stands out to me the most is being able to run on tired legs and teaching yourself how to do that mentally and physically. So the goal to be able to run on tired legs is to have probably 2 little peaks in the week of miles. So it starts off with an easy run, a more difficult run, a harder run, easy run, more difficult, and then a harder run again on Saturday. So that gets me the chance to go hard, rest, go hard again, and then have a nice rest over the weekend before I pick up a new week. And there will be 3 weeks of increasing mileage and then a deloading week. So next week will be an increasing mileage week. What we're looking at right now is a 7-mile run on Monday with 5 strides towards the end. That'll be pretty easy. On Tuesday, we'll have a pickup, so we'll have a nice little warm-up, and then we'll go from about a 7-minute mile to 6:35 to 6:25, and then a half mile, about 6 flat, and then a cool down mile. So this is supposed to be a little bit slower than marathon pace, half marathon pace, 10K pace, and then 5K pace, and then cooling down. So this hopefully will put some fatigue on the legs. On Wednesday, we're going to have just a nice solid tempo run or threshold run, about marathon pace for what I want to do in the December marathon. So just 1 up, 1 down, And then 4 miles is about 7-minute miles. Thursday is an easy day, and that is just 5 miles flat, just easy work. And then Friday, we'll do a nice little threshold type run, and this is about half marathon pace after cool down warm up. Saturday will be a longer run, a bunch of easy miles, and then a pickup at the end. So this is hopefully teaching my body how to run the paces I want to run when it gets hard. This last week, things that stood out to me the most were probably nutrition and sleep and how important those things are.